Okay, it's later than I had wanted to start this, but I am here. We have we've hired ourselves a bunch of debt to pay down, but we have a full garage. We have four hired drivers, one of which who's not actually done any deliveries yet, but we've got high hopes for everyone. Let's go find a job on the job market. Well, currently, someone's willing to pay me $93 a mile to haul dynamite. Sounds like a worthwhile deal. Should, however, make sure that that is because that is conveniently close. It's a bit of a drive to go down to pick up the trailer, or else I'm just sorting by the longest or the best paying routes total. It just so happens to be convenient that one of the best paying routes, like this route, I would have to go down to Hobbs, New Mexico. Basically, the load that I just did exists still. Like there's a new load that is identical to the load I just did. All right, well, let's set that as a GPS destination and let's go for it. Hey, Michael, I am doing excellent. How are you doing today? 67 degrees, sunny with no wind. With no wind and sunny, I feel like 67 is all right. I'm fine with it. That's like one of those nice cool spring days sort of deals. When it's 67 degrees and cold and miserable and all that, less sold on it. Right, I cannot reverse because the trailer that I parked is literally right behind me. Somewhere, okay, right there. Let's repair our truck while we're here. And I think we'll go for not hitting any vehicles today. I think that's going to be my goal. Hello, Milo Pretzel. Yep, no hitting any mini cars. Let's look on the map. I think we are going to make a stop here for fuel and rest. And then hopefully the job we're looking for exists when we get there. Yeah, the driver is tired, like I must have been last night, because I definitely slept in this morning. Which is why the stream is late, because I had things I needed to get done before I could do the stream, so the stream got pushed back. Which is silly, because obviously the stream's more important than whatever else was going on. But that's the way it worked. Yep. It's funny because I can have a depending like I can fall asleep very easily if I'm in my bed or somewhere where I'm comfortable, but if I'm in a place I'm not familiar with or don't trust, like I have so much trouble falling asleep. Like some people, like they're flying and they can just sleep on the airplane or they can sleep in airport terminals, and it's like that's just nuts to me. I cannot do that. But when I'm in a nice comfortable bed, I fall asleep really easily and sleep for a long time. But I'm also one of those people, I really need my 8 hours of sleep to be functional. If I get less than 8 hours of sleep, everything starts to fall apart too quickly. Just going to take a moment to mute my messenger. It shows me messages pinging back and forth all day. Even without a trailer, I still end up having to go wide. And that's not to do with it, with me wanting to go wide or not. It's entirely just that because I'm playing it with controller. Oh, dang it. Didn't set that screen back to YouTube. Means I'd miss comments. What would be the point of live streaming if I'm going to miss comments? I mean, I'm going to miss comments anyway because I'm going to be driving instead of paying attention to everything going on in the comments, because that's how I don't hit cars. So, but you can only sleep on Cute Mini Pretzel Twists if they're the Cute Mini Pretzel Twist pillow, right? So I feel like you probably should not sleep on actual pretzel twists. Even if they're in the bag, I think that's be a bad idea to sleep on them. Be very crinkly and uncomfortable, I think. So I mean, there's handicapped trucker stalls there, and my first thought was like, trucking can. I mean, I guess there are trucking jobs that don't have to be very physical, but there's definitely some parts of trucking where I'm like, I don't know how you would do it with a disability. But I guess it also depends on what your disability is. But okay, let's go check the map. Make sure that the job I'm trying to find, the job I'm trying to find is now gone. So no bueno on that. No, no more dynamite load. We'll take that one then, though. We will move aromatics. Oh, come on. That is a heavy haul job, but it's only 61,000 pounds. I don't like. I mean, whatever. It doesn't matter because we're set up to be able to do it. It just doesn't seem a heavy enough load to give me the heavy load warning. Poor Michael, because he gets scared in the morning by his alarm. don't think he gets scared by his alarm. I think he just wakes up too easy to be able to sleep long, or sleep in the way that I do anyway. I mean, yeah, but I think if, basically when I think of the word scared, I don't think that is what Michael is talking about. I think he's like startled awake. Scared just seems like a weird word for it, but yeah, I could definitely. I have more than once been startled awake by my alarm clock as well. So I remember, I think when I got my first cell phone, I set my alarm to be a little song, and I always would wake up to that song, and that was fine. It worked really well. Like I was at first, I was afraid I wouldn't fall, like be able to wake up to it because it wouldn't be loud enough or jarring enough. But I always woke up. It was not a problem. But it was just one of those generic like alarm sounds that comes with a like alarm ditties that comes with a phone that you can set for anything. Um, you could basically even use it as a ringtone or whatever. And because of that, I would start to hear that ringtone. Like some other people would use it to like basically alert them when they got a text or something. And just hearing that would basically like give me like basically I would like be startled. Like I could just be like waiting waiting in line and that would go off and suddenly like my heart rate would go up and I'd be like have a moment of being startled just because of the fact of that's the sound that basically I was waking up to for so long that my brain the moment I heard it just went, oh no, you have to wake up, and I'm like, but I am awake. There's no reason to be startled about this. Everything is fine. So I try to be really careful in what I pick for my alarm to wake up now, because I don't want to then have to get startled by it in my day to day. All right, time to pick up our aromatics. All right, this load is 61,000 pounds. We have the option to downsize it. We could put it down to a 47,000 pound load, but we don't want it that. We want to grab this in the biggest one that we can. Let's take the job. So aromatics. Wonder what sort of aromatics we are transporting. So I don't know what you're talking about. There's one thumbs up. Even if it's your thumbs up, still makes it more than more than no thumbs ups. Yes, Michael, being a light sleeper does have its upsides because it does mean that you are not going to sleep through an emergency nearly as easily as I will. Yes, I don't actually know. I think Juan is headed home today, but I'm not sure when he's going to be home. All right, out onto the main yard, the sort of side street. And then we get out onto some actual streets and then onto the highway. And it's a 20-hour delivery, which would be short enough that I'd totally be able to do a second delivery if I hadn't started late, but we just take it as it goes. Yeah, you've got plates. Your truck is good to go. Yeah, it's with like with most things in life, there's not the just better way. It is a case of you have some advantages of being a light or heavy sleeper, and there are some disadvantage to each. I I am very envious of the people who can basically nap and actually nap well. I basically can't nap. I need to sleep. I need to sleep for I need to sleep for basically 8 hours. If I sleep for less than 8 hours, everything starts to fall apart quickly. So I am envious of the people who can just like go for a nap where they can basically fall asleep for 20 minutes, wake up, feel refreshed from that, and basically be more productive for it. Because the people who can basically like fall asleep into a nice deep sleep, but then wake up really easily, that'd be a great way to be, or that'd be a great way to. It would make life easier. It'd make a lot easier to get enough sleep and still not be like a heavy sleeper like me, where it's like, nope, if I'm going to sleep, I'm going to sleep, and basically I can wake up if there's an emergency. I can wake up and react to it, but man, does it suck. Alrighty, well, I guess we're going on a detour. See what that detour does for us. So we were supposed to go down this way. I feel like this detour is not. The detour is fine. I feel like the detour probably hasn't cost us a bunch. All I know is the sooner I can get out of Portland, the happier I'll be. I definitely don't know why I For some reason, I don't really like Portland, and I have no idea why that is. Never actually really been in Portland either. Like, and for everything I know about Portland, it seems like it's probably actually a decently fine place. But in my brain, it's like, no, Portland? No thanks. It'd be one thing for me if I'm like, if I was, yeah, I have a, oh, that's really, was janky, but it'd be one thing for me if I knew why, like, yeah, like, if I could basically be like, this is the reason why I don't like Portland, but I can't even say why I don't like Portland. I just don't like Portland. Yeah, Portland does have a reputation for people being weird. Honestly, I think all of Oregon is kind of weird. Like it's just one of those states where you go into Oregon and it's a different place. Everything just feels it's very different from the, like you get into Oregon and all the people there are very different than the people in Washington, and they're very different from the people in California. So you cross state lines and everyone decided, yep, we're from Oregon. We gotta be different than the basically everyone else. Yeah, just definitely some strange. I've met a lot of people from Oregon who are stranger than usual. Some of them are really nice, but they do tend to be stranger than usual. Now, I think to some extent, a city like Portland is always going to have crime issues just because cities that size tend to have a lot of issues with crime. I'd still rather deal with the crime level like places like Portland have rather than, say, places like Detroit. Woohoo, can bypass the scale. Gotta love it. I'm just kidding. I would love to have a multiplayer or a multi-screen setup for American Truck Simulator so that I could get more view out of the cab on my different monitors. But it would mean that then I wouldn't be able to have those monitors available for looking at the chat window and other things. Hey Shep, how's it going? So we're gonna slow down in time this time. We're doing well on our no hitting other cars mission objective. So there was a game that came out quite a long time ago at this point. Not like super old, not like 2D graphics old. But a game that came out, I think, for Xbox 360. I guess it came out on a lot of other platforms too, but I played it on the Xbox 360. It was called Test Drive Unlimited, and my favorite part of that is you'd basically get a job where it was deliver a car a really long distance without taking any damage to the car. It was just deliver the car, and it'd be like a high-end sports car, like a really fast sports car. And the best way to deliver them was to just really drive it slow, like you would like an average car, and obey all the rules of the road, and you know, stop at the stoplights, all that stuff. That was really the best way to always do it. But you were driving like Ferraris and Lamborghinis, the cars that you don't really think of trying to obey the rules of the road with, especially in a racing game. But the entire goal is just safely deliver the car. And the best way to do it was just drive slow and don't hit anything. And those were always my favorite missions, so I guess it's not very surprising that I absolutely love American Truck Simulator. Oh yeah, I guess Shep is a purple Skittle. Apparently Shep is great Playbird. See, my little girl, you can't ban me from Skittles. Skittles have come to watch the live stream. Now, as in, you like purple the color or the flavor? I do find it weird that, like, in my head, purple has a flavor. It's the flavor that companies, when they were thinking about grape, but then kind of forgot that they were going for grape and instead made something else. But it's like, if candy is purple and not actually grape flavored, they end up basically being like they all end up being the same flavor. And it's like the flavor of purple. You know, I could have got out yesterday and bought Skittles, and now I'm sad I didn't. I could sit here on the live stream eating Skittles. Yeah, I like grape as a flavor. I like purple as a color. I am not so fond of purple the flavor. I don't feel like the no touching rule gives you an advantage in sword fighting. I don't try to touch you with in sword fighting. I try to stab you. Completely different things. Well, I'm gonna have to find some Skittles and find out if you're able to keep your word. Because I don't know. Me and Michael are on a team. James is not banned from Skittles. I'm not sure what I need to bribe Michael with to keep him on team James gets Skittles, but I'll do what I need to do. You are right, there is no teams. There's only Free the Skittle. Michael's out of it, dang it. I don't have enough bribery. This just means Michael is learning. He's learning that Basically, being on Team James is not worthwhile. Team James is chaotic and unstable. That's a weird building, just, nope, that's not a weird building, just sitting on a hill. That's the city. That was just, we could only see one building of the city from where we were on the road. I'm pretty sure this view is going to be terrible. Yeah, I wish, you know, they wouldn't do that thing where it's jarring, where it's just like, that's a much better view. That might make a good thumbnail for the next video I do. So you should come down there. I'm not sure if you can come down to where I am. I think you're south of me. You might be at a higher altitude than me, but I don't think by much. But I'm not sure. You could come over here, but I don't think you could come down here. Oh, Mala Girl's on her way. Road goes to 3 lanes and we go uphill a bunch. Something tells me that I'm going to be losing a lot of speed over this. And I downshifted too far. We've got a decently powerful engine, so this honestly isn't too bad. Definitely, I think I made the comment last time, but this section of road right here reminds me a lot of the Anarchist. Oh, and I would have totally gone over to that viewpoint if I had realized that it was coming up on the way before starting to pass vehicles. Milo is in one of the many states that are united in the Northern American continent. At least I think she is. Oh no, that's right. She lives in Reese's Cupland. I should have known this one. I think it's very close to Skittle Land. So well, I'm hoping that Canadian Customs doesn't accept a traveler from Reese's Cupland. It's my best chance of staying safe. I can seek amnesty in Texas. So let's see, where are we? Yeah, okay, so we're still in Oregon, but on our way through, well, basically going through Idaho. Oh, wait a minute, that's to get down to Prim, that's just a weird way. We end up going all the way out here rather than going south like that way. But going down this way, it insists that this adds time to it. It reduces the distance we drive, but increases the time we spend driving. I mean, I don't know if the mountain goats from this morning are going to eat a Reese's Cup Lander. Because if I'm mini, while that doesn't make Milo giant, it makes her significantly larger than me since I'm mini. So I think most of the things that would be willing to try to eat me are probably too afraid to try to eat Milo. Because I don't think coyotes would try to eat Milo. Milo's probably too big to be eaten by coyotes. Especially if they're mini coyotes. So I do love the forest and the mountains here. So the road's obviously just too bendy though. Would it kill them to build a road straighter? Maybe I should just slow down a bit more. Might make the roads more manageable. I got a pull over inspection. We've got a whoa. That was close. Yeah, we've got a train on the side there, and the train actually has big rig trailers just parked on the cars. As always is weird to me when they do that. It makes sense, but it's still weird to me. All right, well, I'm gonna have to end the stream here so that I can run away to Texas for my Skittles. Yeah, but you're going to do that anyway, and then this way I get Skittles before I get thrown in prison. Yeah, you're gonna have to be able to find Michael's truck in order to take Michael's truck. And Milo, the answer to the question will be yes. Is life without Skittles really life? Probably, but I like Skittles, so I don't want it. At some point here, I'm gonna get those Skittles pillows, and I will basically share pictures to prove that I have Skittles pillows. I can sleep on Skittles. Yeah, I can't say for sure, but I kind of imagine that Texas is a bit of truck country. So finding one specific truck in truck country sounds like a very difficult task. And away from the forest and out into the desert hills. And slowing down because I'm speeding too much for everyone else apparently. Come on, Civic, you don't have to just hang out in the left lane. I know you're passing a truck, but do it faster. You're Civic. Zoom, zoom. Okay, okay. No need to brake check me. This truck beside me has basically the symbol on it is, or the logo on it is AI Automotive. Is that like self-driving cars or like, I just wonder what that is. AI Automotive. It could be a lot of things. I'm not sure. Oh, that sounds mean. Leaving a fish under hood. That starts smelling bad so fast. I mean, I am very grateful that I have at no point angered you enough to find a fish under my hood. Because that would be an unpleasant experience. Now, I think your truck needs to smell really like you got to have a pretty bad oil leak to get the basically it smell like burning oil rather than fish. Fish is just one of those smells that just overpowers most other things. Because I have definitely dealt with a car that's hit animal and has had the said animal starting to rot inside of it. It was a uniquely awful experience. I would never recommend voluntarily subjecting yourself to any part of that. The left lane is a trap. It doesn't go where I need it to go. I'm sure it splits off here and then we're back down to 2 lanes. Or sorry, the right lane. I'm sure it splits off here, not the left lane. Oh no, the right lane still carries on. Could have used it. Is this a merge? No, not yet. Just other vehicles merging in here. I actually get to use 3 lanes. This is unexpected. And still get to use 3 lanes. I am really expecting this to suddenly turn off the highway at like a moment's notice. Oh, and here it ends at a moment's notice. Like I said, it probably would. So we're just gonna, you know, cut that track off a little bit and we're a-okay. No reason to report any crimes. We did nothing wrong. Hey Marka, how's it going? All right. Oh, dang it. Gotta say, I love these sort of the rolling dry hills. It's definitely unique. Yeah, Milo will do. I'm doing good. It's been a good day. Now, Michael, you say that like that's not exactly what Milo's gonna do. Because I, for one, don't doubt that that's exactly what Milo would do. Just scan every single car. Yeah, that's these the dry hills here are very nice. Basically, it's a nice change of pace from the landscape I'm used to. while still being like it always is like a change. It's an always changing view. It's not like the prairies where it just stretches out flat forever and there's never anything new to look at. It all just looks exactly the same. Here you still get like the slow meandering rivers and the basically the hills and the valleys. So what I need is I need this game but with a passenger mode so that like I can ride along with one of my truck drivers and just like look at the landscape while they drive. Better autopilot. Well, of course Milo's not going to scan every mini truck in Texas. She's going to stop as soon as she finds the right one. Same way, it's whenever you're looking for something, you find it in the last place you look because you stop looking once you find it. So you don't have to look everywhere. You just have to look at everything until you find it. Yeah, there's basically the Okanagan Desert that basically comes from Okanagan and goes east. Has the same sort of very dry, rolly hill feel to it. Maybe I should just pick a better lane position because I was spending like a lot of time on that rumble strip there. See there, Milo? Milk. Deliciously natural. That's what the sign says. And then there's also Dance for Pedro. I don't know what that sign's about. I don't know why we're dancing for Pedro. I don't know who Pedro is. Now we've gotten out to the flatlands where the landscape gets boring and flat. There's still mountains, but the landscape is starting to get flat. See, not today, car. We're not hitting any cars. Oh, there was none there. It's okay. Should have been watching my GPS. That was our point to turn. And off to the weigh scale. At least with us heading south now, it means we're heading into the rolling hills and mountains again. So I've driven this road at least twice, and both times I've driven this road, oh, the weigh scale's not over here. The weigh scale's over here. We're just going to make that turn. I need to pay more attention to where I'm driving. So I'm pretty sure a big part of truck driving is getting confused about where you're going. At least if I was actually a truck driver, it sure as heck would be. So one thing that I think would certainly happen to me more often as a truck driver than I would care to admit is being told you need to go to this like lumberyard X, and me going, yeah, okay, perfect, and then heading off into the road and basically making it a good way down the road towards a completely different lumberyard or similar sort of business or something. Because I've done that. Basically, when I was a mechanic that got sent to sites, I definitely one time went off to a site that was 30 minutes south of the city that we're based in. But my brain mixed it up with a business that was north of us. That was 15 minutes north of us. So I drove 15 minutes north, got there and went, this is the wrong place, and then turned and around and went south for 45 minutes. So I spent an extra half hour driving. I doubled my drive time to get to the site just because in my brain someone said, you're going to this place, and I went, okay, and then headed to the wrong place because my brain went, yeah, obviously this is the place. And I was like, nope, it's not there. Yeah, the little chainsaw that, stay on the road while I look at things, that like basically dangles where the rearview mirror would be if a truck had any use of a rearview mirror. It's okay, Michael. I don't need someone else to get me Skittles. I just need to go and get my own Skittles. Actually, wait a minute. Hold on, really important business right now. I just need to pause the game for a moment. I need to add Skittles to the shopping list. So that when my wife goes shopping, I'll get Skittles. Okay, it is done. Skittles has been added to the shopping list. Okay, we have 9 hours of... Nope, actually I took off the cruise control. We have 9 hours left before we will get to our destination. And in 2 hours, we need to take a rest stop. That's probably closer than 2 hours. How far away is this? Just a bit over an hour. We'll see if we can go a bit farther. Nope. Well, here it'll be. This is where we're going to pull in for our rest stop then. Of course, I will, basically I'm stopping where I am stopping simply because I need fuel as well, because right now I only have 160 miles left on my current tank, and I have 540 miles left for my overall trip. When I get, oh yeah, there comes the running out of fuel message, so. To pass. Really is not worth passing with only an hour left of my drive, but the speed limit here is 80 and I'm doing 76 and I'm passing people. If you're going to be going below speed limit, I will try to pass you. However, I'm going to have an exit coming up on the right soon, so Gotta be careful. That's not the button I meant to hit. I wanted to hit this button. Now the car beside me is moving faster than me. That's not going to last long because they're catching up to a cop car that is moving slower than me. I was just thinking, I'm like, oh, this would be the perfect time to pull over into that right lane. Then that car merged on. You know, it's going fast enough. Our exit's coming up so quickly here that we're not going to bother trying to get past these guys. We'll just follow them and slow down. Except for that truck was also turning off there, and yeah, that was messy. We didn't hit anyone. We'll take that as a win. So one thing that does bug me in this game is vehicles slow down and then turn off. It's not unrealistic. A lot of people, people do that, but not everyone does that. That is the thing that some people do. That's one of those things. It is a known behavior in this game, so I should know better. And it's on me to drive safe. It's like just in real life, defensive driving is basically is the responsibility of the person doing the driving. You can't just expect other people to. You see other people to take care of you. Excuse me, sir. Do you mind? I was driving there. Alright. I'm gonna wake up with pretty much no air left in the tank because I just wasted it braking, but we've had our night's sleep. Let's go get our fuel and back on the road. You think her BRB is longer because she's planning a road trip? No, she's on her road trip. The back of her be right back is going to be when she gets here and basically takes over the stream because I'm no longer available because I'm in prison. Although the real question though is, when Milo puts me in jail, is she going to put me in jail with a computer so that I have to live stream from prison? Or do I just no longer, or am I just no longer able to do streams because I'm in prison? I don't know which way this will work. Milo will give me the cute little games to play for the cute little mini, or she'll give me the cute mini games to play for the cute mini live stream. This sounds accurate. I'd be willing to believe this. Trade job titles. What is my job title then? What is Milo's job title right now beyond mini girl? You say that like there's some sort of precedence for me basically getting rid of job titles and then repeatedly crying, I'm free" in the background. You know, Milo, you're making prison not sound too bad. I don't have to worry about freedom and have to like make adult choices. Because all that's really difficult. I just want to sit here and live stream. I'll just sit here and stream and make videos of all the games. That's really going to make the whole Skittles, basically having some Skittles before I get sent to prison worth it. Because the only thing wrong with prison is that I can't have Skittles. Everything else actually seems quite wonderful. Hey, Farming Sins, how's it going? I mean, maybe I'm a cat. Maybe I'm not a cat. Trying to prove one way or the other, I think, would be extremely difficult. I certainly have the work ethic of a cat. You're doing good. I am glad to hear that. Seems like a day where people are doing generally good, and that makes it a good day. Or I guess that makes it a great day. A day where everyone is doing good is better than just a good day. Well, Milo, I will try to make sure I have some Reese's Cups available for you when you finally get here to take me to jail. Then you can have some mini Reese's Cups as you take me away. The peanut butter cups. Oh goodness, that is it. Milo's the peanut butter cups. No, see, I like it better as cops. There's Reese's, the peanut butter cups, but then you have Milo, the peanut butter cups. Or yeah. So what is the remainder of our trip looking like? We basically just we've been through Salt Lake, we're coming into Provo right now, and we just take the highway down through Cedar City, through Las Vegas, and then we are at Primm. It's honestly a kind of this is a bit of a lackluster section of Western America. Not a overly exciting area, but then again, I guess overly exciting is definitely not one of the features that truck drivers really want in their roads. Having exciting roads does not make for easier days as a truck driver. Well, I guess not everyone could have a good day. Your dad's in a bad mood from work. And I don't think Milo Girl is the Skittles cop because she lives in Reese's Cupland. So I'm pretty sure she's the Reese's peanut butter cop, and she lives in a mini giant Reese's cup. So there's not a chance in heck I will actually get to like I might get to the speed limit. There's no way I'm actually gonna get to what I've set my cruise to, which is 90 miles an hour. So I don't have any idea why I'm in the left lane. I have no business being here. I'm a truck. Yeah, I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna stay here blocking traffic like a 100,000 pound idiot. It does sometimes get me, like big rigs are heavy. This doesn't surprise anyone. They're big. But just the scale of weight difference is kind of funny. Like a lot of these vehicles, like some of these vehicles that I'm passing, could be as light as 2,000 pounds. Most of them here, like most of the ones here, probably aren't. Most of them are probably 3 to 4,000 pounds. But still, I'm chugging along here at like 90. I think it was like 96,000 pounds. So I outweigh all the other vehicles by such a ridiculous margin. I can see the southern Utah mountains slowly getting bigger in the distance. Yeah, I'd have to double check my weight again at next weigh scale, but yeah, I'm somewhere close to 50 tons. Meanwhile, your average car weighs somewhere between 1 to 2 tons, and there are cars on the road that weigh less than 1 ton. I'm trying to think. I think the lightest road legal car is like the lightest mass-produced road legal car is 1,600 pounds. And it's like you get to like motorcycles. Like of my two motorcycles, one weighs I think about 380 pounds, and the other weighs 550 pounds. But like my motorcycle weighs a quarter of that what of even a light car weighs. But also it's a motorcycle. It's tiny. You expect it to weigh that much less. Like, but big rigs are way bigger than a car. But for them to weigh 50 times what a car weighs is still just it's a lot. Yeah, the one of the most popular cars out there as a sports car is the Mazda Miata, and the Mazda Miata, at least the older ones, I actually don't know what the weight of the newer ones is, but the older ones, that car weighs 2,000 pounds. It pretty much is, right? Like I think actually I think the original, like the first generation, weighs like 1,800 pounds. So it's actually under 1 ton. But yeah, there are cars out there that weigh less than 1 ton, and so the idea of these big rigs on the road that weigh 50,000 tons, and you can weigh more than that. Like you can haul a load of 180,000 pounds. Like you could be driving this game with a load that puts your combined vehicle weight over 100 tons. Yeah, Geo Metro, that would do it. Those are a Geo Metros are a light little car. Well, Michael, it is unfortunate your dad's not happy. Hopefully, hopefully his day can improve. But I feel like coming home from work in not the best mood on a Friday is not a uncommon thing. A week of work drains a lot out of a lot of people. So I felt like we were driving into the South Utah mountains, and I don't actually know if they're still in front of us, if they're just behind these hills, or if we've sort of turned away from them. Yeah, I just don't see them on the horizon anymore. Oh, we can probably set our cruise less than 90 miles an hour at this point. Oh, speeds up to 80 again. May as well set it back to 90. That might be a helpful suggestion, Juan. Mind you, I don't know Michael's dad. I don't know if he's one of those people that, if you put in the effort and clean things up while he's busy doing something else, if he'll appreciate it, or if it becomes one of those situations of better just steer clear and make sure you're not underfoot when someone's in a bad mood. Oh, you got an engine light now? Well, hey, maybe when your truck is in the shop, they can figure out the batteries while they're there. Michael's being proactive. Probably a wise plan. So Juan, you got that truck pretty well brand new, didn't you? Like you were, it was not a used truck when it was put to you. You like at that. I want to say I remember you getting a truck with like basically one of the new trucks the company got, but I don't actually remember if that was the case. Because that's just one of those things with trucks. The amount of miles that go into a truck just mean that it really, you're gonna add up the miles real quick. That's like, so this is, I've been playing American Truck Simulator for 2 weeks, and I have 16,000 miles on the truck I've been driving. And that's with me driving a couple hours every day. Mind you, in-game wise, this has probably been a couple of weeks of actual driving. But that still is basically every week I've been putting on at least 8,000 miles. So I'd almost need, for a regular car, I'd almost need an oil change twice a week. And in the southern Utah mountains, we are very much also one of those beautiful places. You get those dry rolling hills, but then you also get those old rock formations jutting out from the dirt everywhere. I would actually like to travel through Utah. I don't know where I'd want, like, I don't know where it would be worth going in Utah. I'm not familiar with Utah. I don't have friends that live in Utah. But it just does seem like a really beautiful place geographically. All right, Milo girl, I hope you have a good day. We will see you next week. Actually, we might see you tomorrow evening, but if not, we will see you next week or another time. Do love that so many times here. I'm in the left lane, getting grumpy at somebody else. So another big rig driving slow in the left lane. But I can't really complain about it too much because I'm doing the same thing. Although I try not to do it if I'm the one slowing your ring down, which is absolutely what I am doing in this particular case. Of course, now that I get over to this lane, the guy in front of me also gets to this lane, but we are going so slow at this point. This hill is a little bit on the brutal side. 33 miles from Las Vegas. 90 miles to our destination. And of course I can't go past this guy because I'm being passed by everybody else. Very real trucker problems right here. Are those wind turbines ahead from me? There's a bunch of towers with red stripes, and I don't think they've loaded in far enough for me to actually see what they are. Are those like smokestacks or? Oh, they're an obstacle course for a plane. That's what those are. There's a plane going through the obstacle course right now. Fascinating. I was wondering what they are. I'm like, they're marked really brightly. It's as if they're, designed in a way so that planes aren't going to hit them. But I was not expecting that. Yeah, Michael, you are right. We can't all have a good day. Be nice if we could, but sometimes that just isn't the way it works out. Like pretty much always, that's not the way it works out. But it's okay. Gotta enjoy the good days because not every day is gonna be a good day. So you gotta appreciate them when they are around. All right. Well, I guess I'm not really stuck in traffic in Las Vegas. I can't complain about being sort of boxed in. We are still doing 5 over the speed limit. We are doing just fine. All right, and out of Las Vegas we go. Okay, well the stream will be ending relatively shortly, so if the stream is gone by the time you come back, Michael, we will see you tomorrow. Yep, that's basically the good days are not good just because everything is perfect. The good days are good because the fact they give us that moment to appreciate things and kind of separate ourselves from the bad things that can and do happen in life all the time. Yes, tomorrow will be Vikings, and I think we will be far enough along that we will actually be able to fight the next boss and start looking at fighting the boss in the or not fighting the boss, but basically start going into the mountains. Oh, I was wondering why that wasn't feeling right. I had the engine brake turned off. Okay, he's turning, which means we can go. Yeah, the wolves will be challenging, but the wolves will also be good. The wolves will also give us a chance to tame wolves and get some friends. It's important to have friends. I'm trying to think. Do we actually have actually, we could totally build a road right to a mountain. The hardest part would be making the bridge. Actually, we might not actually be able to build the bridge, but I want to be able to build the bridge, so it might be worth a shot. But that'll be a tomorrow problem. Today's problem is going to be where do they want me to park this trailer? Yeah, of course they want me to park right there. It's not the hardest spot to park a trailer, but I will admit it is challenging. I was too slow on getting that kicked out, so this is not going to work the way I had intended. But it's funny, I do struggle actually a fair bit with driving in this view. Oh, okay, now we start to kick back, although I think I am kicking back too hard currently. Yeah, that's the if I'm doing it in first person, I do a much better job of my setup. Because that's where if I can have my trailer right along the inside of that corner, I can basically kick. Dang it. This is proving a challenge because this is a very long trailer to put into this spot. I need to. How are. Okay. No, that was the right way to do that at the beginning. Now I need to get that back end kicked over as far as I can. Yeah, of course. I have done this poorly, and now I have basically locked my brakes because I've run out of air. Yeah, basically when I use that third-person view to do anything in this game, I'm not doing it because it makes anything easier. I entirely just do it because it gives me a good snapshot of video to use as a thumbnail. There's no point where it has ever made anything easier. Close enough. Oh. Oh, I did not mean to uncouple. Yeah, that's the when I'm actually just doing this for trying to set up things like basically drive well. I don't use the third person view for basically in this game the only thing I'm using third person view for is for the camera shot essentially. Yes, I know I can skip the trailer parking. Am I doing that terrible game? This is taking me longer than it should. All right, we'll take that. It's not a great parking job. That is totally not in there straight, but we'll just take it. All right, we'll level up and we'll do another level of hazardous cargo. This now gives us the ability to basically transport hazardous, basically flammable solids. So solid metals, things like magnesium, things that are very reactive. Let's see what that got us. Mostly got us some new paint jobs. Nothing exciting there. All right, well, we'll drive out of our terrible excuse of a parking job. This way. Okay. Okay, either way, we have made some progress. And I don't think we have enough. Basically, we can't pay down any part of our loan right now. We still owe 382,000. We're sitting on 111,000. But for us to be able to pay down any part of that $400,000 loan, we need to be able to take out enough of a loan to replace the total. We're at 221,000 if we take out all the loans we can. So we need to make another 150,000 before we'll be in the right range to be able to pay off our $400,000 loan. Which of course, as soon as we can actually pay that fully down, what are we going to do? We will buy a new garage and try to fill it with trucks and get drivers going. Let's check on how our drivers are doing. So our new driver, Maria M, is not doing spectacular. She is averaging us $965 a day, but that's actually pretty all right. That's where our original drivers, Matthew and Annette, were starting. And they're both making around the $5,000 a day mark, which if you look at what we're paying per day on our loan, 5,700. Each of them are more or less covering the daily loan payment. So with just those two drivers, I'm already well ahead of the curve. So I have no complaints there. We'll save this game, and then we'll call it a week. We'll be doing a I'll be doing a Valheim stream tomorrow. Hopefully we'll be. I assume we are, but I'm not actually sure. And then I will try to be back at this for next week, but we will see. Life is up in the air right now, and my basically available free time may not last. But if it does, I will be back next week, and I am hoping to be able to continue this game further. So I hope you guys have a good night, and I hope you guys have a good weekend, and we will see you later.